All right, so we're starting a new assignment today, you guys. We're going to be doing a research assignment called Summarizing a Reference. And the reason this is called Summarizing a Reference is because you are going to use the references that, watch me, you guys, you don't need to watch that. You guys are going to use the references that I've provided for you to do your research, and then keyword outline from that research, and then write from that keyword outline, okay? So it's just building on what we've already known or learned this year. All right, so from your memory from previous years, we're not going to think, pair, share this. Just raise your hand and tell me if you can remember the 4 types of writing prompts, or maybe just one. All right, what's one, Colton? Expository. Yeah, awesome. What else? Tyson? Narrative. What else? Megan? Persuasive. There's one more. Jack? Creative. That would be, well, we use a different word. Okay. Colton again? Writing for pictures? No, that is not a type of writing. Okay, how about descriptive? Have you guys heard of that? Okay, so narrative, descriptive, persuasive, expository. What are elements of a narrative prompt? Just look at that word. What do you guys think that means? Maria? You're like telling the story. Yeah, it's a story. It's fiction. What about a descriptive prompt? What do you think? That was the one you guys didn't recall, but what do you think that would mean? Yeah. No. Like has tons of detail. Exactly. So when I have you guys do those creative writing prompts where you're supposed to write 2 sentences dripping with detail, that would be descriptive writing. All right, how about a persuasive prompt? Andrew? Yeah, exactly. You're trying to persuade somebody. How about expository? What do you guys think that means? Ainsley? Yep. So expository, you could be writing about a real event or person, or you could be writing about a topic. So when you are writing an expository essay, you are explaining something. This is, well, see, you would have been right. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing for this assignment. You're going to be researching, and then you're going to be writing a research paper. So this is just informational writing. Okay. So a research paper explains, just like I just said. The goal of it is to explore a topic and to summarize something for your reader. What do you guys think would be some jobs where you might research or write a research paper? I'm sure everybody can think of this. I think you guys need to wake up a little bit. I know it's like 8:10, but... Just give me John. Yeah, you like when you're a scientist, you need to summarize your findings in a research paper. What else, Jarrett? Okay, definitely. Brooklyn? Yeah, a historian. Emily? For sure. Any others? Maria? Like a reporter. Yep, kind of like a journalist. Colton? Yeah, depending on what kind of author you are. So if you are writing nonfiction. Jack? Teacher. Yeah, definitely. So when I was doing my master's degree, I had to write all kinds of expository papers all the time. What's that? Fun is maybe not the right word. I did learn and enjoy academic writing though, because it's very you just explain, and so you don't have to get too creative. Okay, so we're going to be doing 3 research papers. So this first one that we're going to do, just like writing with pictures, we're going to model heavily in class. And so I'm going to help you with this one. Then eventually you guys will be on your own during doing research. Okay. So the resources that you have in front of you, you have 4 different things. And they're all about Stephen Hawking. So I found an encyclopedia source, a book source, an internet source, and then some quotes for you. All right, what do you guys think we need to be careful of if we're doing research and summarizing references? Eli? The copyright, yeah, plagiarism, right? Okay, so let's talk about plagiarism. Does anybody know what that is? Brooklyn? Exactly. So if you copy and don't cite your source, then that's plagiarism. So whenever you are writing anything, if you get even an idea from somebody else, you need to cite that. And so the way we do that in 6th grade is by writing a bibliography. Eventually, you guys will do what are called in-text citations, but that's a skill that you'll learn in 7th grade and that we don't do in 6th grade. So plagiarism is presenting another person's work or ideas as your own. Plagiarism is an ethical issue. So it's not like it's different than copyright. Copyright is a legal issue where you can actually get sued for something. Plagiarism is an ethical issue. Okay, so plagiarism comes from the Latin word meaning kidnapper, which is kind of interesting. Plagiarius. Yeah. Emily, what were you going to ask? If you wrote about them but didn't cite them? Yes, that would be plagiarism. So you need to include the source for that quote in your bibliography. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at these two examples and let's see which one is a better paraphrase and which one is plagiarism. So the original source, does somebody want to read that for us? Go ahead, Talia. Provide the predictable and stable supply.
In the face of growing demand, the nation may be in danger of sudden power losses or even extended blackouts, thus damaging our industrial information-based economy.
Okay, so that's our source. Let's read the paraphrases and see which one is a better paraphrase. Noah, why don't you read paraphrase 1?
Government must take action to provide a predictable and stable energy supply because of constantly growing demand. Otherwise, our nation may be in danger of losing power suddenly or even experiencing extended blackouts. These circumstances could damage our industrial and information-based economy.
Okay, let's read the second one, Kyle.
We must find a more reliable source of energy if we are to have a dependable electricity supply. Without this, the nation's economic base may be damaged by blackouts.
Okay, what do you guys notice about the first paraphrase? Brooklyn.
There's a lot more information.
There's a lot more information. Is it really similar to the original? Okay, what do you notice about the second paraphrase? Maria?
There's facts from the original source, but they're not like written here just like
Exactly. So in paraphrase number 1, you have almost word for word, the exact thing that the original source said. And in the second one, they've done a much better job of taking the ideas and putting those ideas into other words. Jack?
So number 1 is the plagiarize?
Yes. Okay. So you would need to have quotation marks around number 1 in order to be able to use it. Okay? All right. Here's a little joke for you. Okay. All right, I don't know why that was there. Okay, so let's talk about how to paraphrase correctly. So you should take whatever little tidbit you have found to include in your research report, and you should rephrase that in your own words, almost 100% in your own words. Otherwise, it's a quote, and that's something different, okay? If you do need to use quotes, then use quotes. You're always going to cite your sources, and that's going to be in your bibliography. All right, so now we're going to take some notes. Tyson. For a decoration? Yes, it does. Kyle.
When you say cite your sources, you mean saying I got this part of my writing from this person, or?
I am going to teach you how to cite your sources and write a bibliography that's going to be consistent with MLA formatting, which is what we're going to use. And then next year, you'll learn how to cite your sources in parentheses after a thought or a quote by another author. Okay, so we have a lot of notes, you guys. 2 slides. All right, so expository research papers explain or define something. Your step number 1 is to select a topic and decide your position. For this research paper, we will be writing about Stephen Hawking. So he's a famous physicist that recently passed away, and we kind of read about him just a little bit when we were in astronomy, and you guys have learned a lot more about him through this research paper. Your step number 2 is to conduct research at the computer lab and library. You're going to use 3 sources, 1 book, 1 internet site, and 1 encyclopedia. For this project, I've already gathered those sources for you, but these are the steps that you're going to follow for future expository essays, and so that's why we're writing them down. We're going to keep them in your writing binder. Step number 3 is to pre-write by developing a keyword outline. We're going to be working on that tomorrow. Step number 4 is to write a first draft. For this assignment, we are going to write 1 decoration per paragraph. In paragraph number 1, you will be stating your position. That's our topic sentence. And we will be writing about Stephen Hawking's personal background. In paragraph number 2, we will be writing about his accomplishments. And in paragraph number 3, we will be writing about his theories. Okay. All right, so your step number 5 is going to be to revise your paper. When we write a rough draft, the goal is to have something that you can then go back and improve. It's not to create a final draft that's exactly like your rough draft. That's why it's rough. So during that process, you're going to strengthen words and add or delete sentences. You're going to decide, does my writing have the impact that I want it to? What do I want to change? Your step number 6 is to edit. The editing process is different than the revision process. Editing just means you're checking for spelling, grammar errors, punctuation, and things like that. That's like your final detail check. So you'll self-edit first by checking for grammar, sentence structure, punctuation, paragraphing, making sure that you have topic, sentence, details, and clincher sentences, transitions, things like that. And then you will ask your parent to do a parent edit. You should always be editing your own rough draft before you ask your parent to do that. That is not their job to catch all your mistakes. That's your job. Step number 7 is to complete a bibliography. We're actually going to do that together. Okay, so you guys will fill out your bibliography worksheet, but as for the actual bibliography that's going to get turned in, we're going to do that together. And then step number 8 is to complete your final draft. You're going to use your very best penmanship, and you're going to label your decorations. For this assignment, we will be writing 1 decoration per paragraph. I'm not grading for sentence openers for this assignment, but you should include sentence openers because they will help you vary your sentence structure. And you will be graded on that.